Hi everybody, this is Carrie with the Old Critters channel. Now, if you're anything like me, you don't like groups, you don't like weigh-ins.
Now we're all here today to find out and get to the root of the problem. Why are we so fat?
I know why I got fat. I had bells and whistles going off in my head. You're hungry, you're hungry, you're hungry. All the time. I had a miserable first marriage, and the combination of the two drove me nuts. Nothing much to examine there.
Well, let's not jump to any conclusions. Let's sit in a circle and hold hands and sing Kumbaya and really examine why we're fat. Shall we?
No thanks, I'm good. You go about your business and sit in your circles. If you clicked on my video, that means you must want to know how I lost 130 pounds. Well, I did it with gastric sleeve surgery. So stay tuned. I'm going to tell you what happened 2 weeks prior to surgery and 6 months post-surgery. While I'm making this video, I'm not poking fun at anybody but myself and the things that I ran into. I'm going to give you before and after pictures. I'm even going to give you links to doctors in the SoCal area because that's where I had my surgery done. Now, I am not going to recommend anybody because that never goes well for me, but I'm just going to give you a couple options to get you started, okay? I want to let you know I am not a medical person and I'm not giving medical advice. I'm simply going to tell you what my experience has been the last 6 months. Actually, now it's been 7. Okay, here goes. 2 weeks prior to surgery, I get a call from my doctors. You got to go over and have your blood panel done and you get your upper GI done. Okay, get that done. You come in for your pre-op appointment. Your pre-op appointment, you're getting weighed in and you have a schedule for your surgery, and the doctor's going to tell you what your results of everything, that your blood panel and your upper GI. And if you're good to go, you're going to get a green light and you're going to go in. He's going to tell you from this day forward, you got to drink protein shakes. This is the one I chose. And they are at Walmart, they are at Costco, they are at Sam's Club, and they are now at Target. So they keep changing the flavors, so I'm not going to tell you what's available because now there's even caramel. So, we're drinking our shake for 2 weeks. Now, in my case, it was 12 days. I did very well. I drank my water, drank my little shake, but my doctor was good to me. He said, you can have a salad at night for dinner. What? I know people have had the surgery. Nobody got salads, but I did. And it saved me. Let me tell you, I got to put 4 ounces of chicken or any kind of meat I wanted to. I pretty much put in there. I stuck to chicken, but I put everything but the kitchen sink in that stupid thing, and I was very happy. So it was very easy to stay on that. 2 weeks goes by fast, and stick to that because you have to get cleaned out. There's just no other way to put it before surgery. Okay, it's very important. Drink all your water, and I would suggest to you to start taking your supplements at this point so you're used to doing it and it's not a labor of ugh. Okay, show up for my surgery date. It's in the morning. I'm showing up early like I'm supposed to. They will tell you what your pre-scrubs and all that stuff. It might be different than what I did, so I'm not going to tell you about that. They do take you in. The nurse will put an IV in you after she weighs you and puts you in a hospital gown. Now, I was shocked. I had lost 13 pounds in 12 days. I thought that was miraculous until a week after my surgery. The doctor will come in He'll say blah, 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 blah. You'll glaze over. Now, I'll tell you a little bit about me. I, to this point of this surgery, had had 6 surgeries prior. My appendectomy did not, the surgery itself went well, but I didn't wake up well. So I was really concerned about that. And having a 7th surgery and an elective surgery on top of that, you don't take those things lightly, okay? So it took me a while to figure out that I needed this and wanted this surgery. So, 7 surgeries. Oh, Lord. Okay. From this point forward, we're going to count how much I've lost. Okay? I wake up from surgery. I'm like, wow, that went well. I didn't realize I had been under the knife for 4 hours. It's supposed to be a 2-hour surgery or less. Well, they found a hiatal hernia. So he fixed that, and so instead of 3 holes in my belly, I got 5. Lucky me. Well, I'm glad he did that, because now I understood why that was hurting me, you know, in different situations during the day, and that was nice to have that repaired. But you know, the first thing I noticed, you guys, is that there weren't signals going off in my head. You know, I'm talking 3 hours after surgery. I wasn't getting those signals going off in my head. You're hungry, you're hungry. I didn't even know if I was hungry or not. I couldn't tell. And for probably about 2 weeks, I couldn't tell. And it's the strangest thing. It's very strange. But it was wonderful not to have that nagging, you're hungry thing going on all the time. It was wonderful. Now you have to remember they're taking 80% of your stomach out. And with that, those enzymes and the things that are signaling your brain going, eat, eat, eat. So for me, it's never come back. But I had to change my mind too about food. If I was bored, no. But that's another video. It takes up to 6 months before your stomach is completely stabilized. So don't be in a hurry for anything. Okay, that evening I had surgery at 7:30 in the morning. I wasn't until 11:30. I didn't eat anything or drink. I didn't drink anything. It's basically you're on a liquid diet, obviously. I had Jello and broth at 5 o'clock, 5:30 that night. I was doing very, very well. I was in pain, of course, but they handled that very nicely. What else can I tell you about that time? I don't know. I just felt good. I can't even explain that. 5 holes in your belly and you feel good? Are you nuts? But I did. I felt good. And if you're dry-mouthed, they're not going to let you drink anything yet right out of surgery, but you can ask for ice chips. I did, and they did give me those. There's a little tip for you. We're at 5 o'clock that evening, and I'm eating broth, and I'm eating liquid Jello, what I think is liquid Jello. This is 11 hours into my excursion at the hospital, okay? The next morning, I woke up good. I didn't have a good night's sleep, but that was for another reason other than my surgery. It was nurses. I know they were just doing their job, but that's another story. I was in moderate pain, but they got me up, and I felt good after I got up. At about noon, the x-ray technician comes in. Got to check you for leaks. Okay, you want me to walk and get up on that stupid table and drink this junk? Okay, sure, no problem. After that, about 1 o'clock, the doctor arrives. All smiles, checks everything. He goes, you're good to go. You want to go home? I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? We're at the 32-hour mark, okay? It didn't take long before I was ready to go. But they have to give you your leak test to make sure that you can go home safely and nothing is, your stomach's not leaking and all that stuff. I'm home. Thank God. Well, I was on the couch for 4 days, fluffing pillows and sleeping on the couch because it was much easier to get onto the couch than it was to get into my bed. I just laid there and I was happy. The first thing I noticed is even the first day I was home, I was like energetic. What's this new thing called energy? I don't know. I haven't had it for so long I didn't recognize it. That's nuts. That's crazy. I felt energetic. I wanted to do something. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to do it. First week goes by smoothly. I'm drinking 4 ounces of an 11-ounce shake. You're probably not going to drink very much more than that each feeding, if you want to call it a feeding, because you're like a baby and you're, drinking your little milk. But you might not get more than just those, 4 ounces down. So don't be concerned about that because it happens to all of us. Second week went from bad to worse. I was throwing up everything I was taking in. I could not get water down. I felt my kidneys talking to me. Shut it down. Water down in this plant. Putting no water down. You can't have a plant without water. Okay? I knew they were shutting down. I could feel it. So I almost went into the ER and I thought, no, I'm gonna try something. Even though they tell you to space your protein shake, 30 minutes between your protein shake and your water, that wasn't good for me. It might not be for you either. I had to wait like an hour and a half, and then I trickled water. Trickle, trickle, literally trickle. Every 2 seconds I was drinking, the smallest amounts you can think of. And I finally got a 16-ounce bottle of water down 7 hours later. No, I'm not joking. 7 hours for 1 bottle of water. And from there, I did fine. I trickled it. I kept it by my nightstand. Every time I thought about it, I drank some water in between things. Now, it's going to be daunting to take your supplements too. You're going to bite them. Okay, we're at the 6-week mark. We get to eat food. Don't get excited. We're going to eat cottage cheese. We're going to eat refried beans, and we're going to eat yogurt, and we're going to drink coffee, tea. In my case, I hate coffee. I drink a lot of tea without sugars. I drink lots and lots of water with water packs, the flavor packs. I love those. And yeah, it's going to be very daunting at first when you start doing this, because you're going to go from the shakes to a 1/4 cup of food, and it's going to be very daunting. You're going to be, oh yay, I'm going to get to eat. You're so divorced from food that it's daunting to eat a 1/4 cup of food at all. I drank a shake in the morning, and I had like cottage cheese for lunch, and I couldn't eat it all at once. Yeah, I couldn't eat the whole 1/4 cup of food at first. And don't be upset with yourself. You can have things like eggs. I was so excited. My husband came home from work one day, and I said, oh, I got a 1/4 of an egg down today. And he looked at me like, good for you. People will think you're nuts, and they won't believe that you're eating such a little amount of food. But how else do you lose that much weight that fast? You can't. I tried. I lost 135 pounds 6 years ago on my own, and I about killed myself doing it. I ate salads for 1.5 years, and I've lost 130 pounds in 6 months. Wow. I got off on my tangent. Another thing I ate a lot was soup. Soup went down well for me, and it probably will for you too. 9-week mark, you're going to be able to eat a little more substantial things like meat and soft vegetables, but be careful, because you have to take in between 60 and 80 grams of protein a day, or you are going to be just, you're not going to have any energy, your body's not going to run right, You got to keep up your protein, okay? So have a shake in the morning because it's the most protein. Or have a couple of eggs if you can manage it, but I don't think you're going to be able to manage 2 eggs. That's just not even going to be possible. So I would stick to the protein shakes in the morning because it gives you the most protein. And in the afternoon, I would eat cottage cheese because it's very high in protein, or refried beans. I put a little cheese in there just to jazz it up, and it was great. And then at night, I would have some meat with my husband, and that's pretty much all I could do because at this point, a quarter cup doesn't go very far, and you need the protein first, and that's what you will eat first. Then you graduate to a half a cup, and that's where I am today. I still have 20 pounds I want to take off, maybe not quite that much, but I want to take off every pound that I want to take off, and then I will graduate to a full cup of food, and that's where I'll stay for the rest of my life. The rest of the time, quite frankly, is a blur. I was probably losing up to 14 pounds a week. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it went by in such a blur. 6 months flew by, and now I'm on my 7th month. And I only have less than 20 pounds to go, if that. My husband hugged me the other day and goes, "Baby, you don't have 20 or 25 pounds to lose. Maybe 10, maybe 15 if you want to." And that was really good to hear. And I look in the mirror and I'm like, don't even recognize myself. I don't. I'm glad. I don't want to look like that anymore. When I tell you I was round, I could have been a spokesperson for Pillsbury. I could have been on Pillsbury posters. I wore Coleman tents. I was 300 pounds. I was miserable. This surgery saved my life. Currently, I have lost 130 pounds. And if you don't believe me, watch this. Yep, that was me and all my tonnage. When I tell you that this surgery saved my life, I mean it. All joking aside, I'm so grateful that I had the surgery. I can't stress to you enough that you need support. It's crucial. Get your husband, get your wife, get your neighbor, get your coworker, get your friend, get your mom, your dad, your roommate, your sister, your brother, get your dog, get your cat. I dare say you might even I just want to thank you for your unwavering support. It has meant the world to me. I couldn't have gotten through this without you. That's just all there is to it. Thank you. Get your pet rock if you have to. Let me tell you. You need to strap yourself in because it is a crazy, insane, emotional, nutty, surreal, wonderful, life-changing, right before your eyes ride. And you're going to need that support. Strap yourselves in, you guys. Get your mind right. Come back and tell me your story. Come back and share with us how you did and what level you're on, where you're at. And if you need that support, you've got nobody, come back here and comment, and I'll try to do my best to support you through that, because it's so important. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our channel. We have lots of funny videos and fun videos besides the weight loss thing, and we would love to have you in our small community. Thank you, and we appreciate you. God bless and good luck.